Hooked on a feeling, ba-da-ma-ba. I'm high, I'm believing, ba-da-ma. That you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling. Oh, sorry about that. My bad. I was listening to Volume 1 as I've been using that thing for the past couple of days. I still gotta get to Volume 2, but is there gonna be a mixtape for Volume 3? Hello everyone, welcome back to another movie review on the channel. Sorry that I'm a couple of days late on this. I meant to do this sort of the next day. Well, let me just recap what happened. So, if you've not seen my movie vlog, yes, I got to go to the IMAX marathon for Guardians of the Galaxy, as you can see right here for proof. I did also get this poster, hold up a sec. Well, I actually got two. One for me, but also for my brother, which I didn't think we'd be getting another poster, but hey, glad we got two of these, because now I could give one to my brother, even though he did not went to one, because they so happen to be nearby an AMC theater where we happen to have seen Spider-Man No Way Home in IMAX. A night I'll never forget. But still though, if you've not seen my movie vlogs where I was in Florida back of last year, we would go to that theater sometimes. But yeah, even though he did not gone to the IMAX marathon, at least I could give him a poster. Now that I think about it, how the heck am I going to fit this poster in my backpack? I'm going to be visiting them in a month, by the way. Well, almost a month, because if it were the 17th of May... You know what, I'm not going to bother explaining this. Actually, speaking about the 17th of May, I did meant to do a spoiler review for Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania around after I did my spoiler-free review, which that took me a week to make a review on. I meant to do it as soon as I saw the movie twice, but sadly I didn't have the time to do a spoiler review, but I might as well do one when it hits Disney Plus on May 17th, which is going to be almost a week from now. And we shall see if I still have the same thoughts as I had when I went to go see it back in theaters, or if I'll have a changed opinion about it now. But for my spoiler review for Guardians Volume 3, I'm hoping to do that this Friday, as I'm going to be seeing that for the third and final time in theaters, because, so yeah, like I said earlier, as I was trying to explain how long this was sort of taking me to make this video. So yeah, I went to the IMAX marathon, best night of my life, and if you have not seen my movie vlog, which got copyright claimed by Disney, so I had to cut out a few bits, but mainly replace the music with YouTube music because of copyright music, which is upsetting. But hey, if you want to hear the actual music, I did post some clips of it on my TikTok, because that's the only safe place I can have my post-credit scene reactions on there, and it's official. I am no longer going to be recording my, well, I will be recording my post-credit scene reactions. I just won't be adding them to my movie vlog anymore. I'm just going to be posting them on TikTok from now on. Because I'm getting sick and tired of Disney copyright claiming my videos. I'm sorry, Disney. Just be glad that I'm not showing footage of it and just mainly my reaction. Whether it's my face on camera or I just have the title logo and says post-credit scene reaction on there. Still though, even though I'm sort of breaking the rules of not recording in the theater, at least I'm not recording the footage of the thing and posting it on YouTube. And even if I did, I would get copyright strike probably. I don't know about copyright strike, but I definitely would get a copyright claim from Disney. Okay, I got off topic. So yeah, as soon as we were done with the marathon, like I said, I had a good time. It is definitely going to my list of best theater experiences of my life, which is probably my top 3, 4. No, actually, I'm going to be cheating here. Infinity War and Endgame will be as one, as those will be theater experiences. As for No Way Home will be second, then IMAX marathon third. But still, as I was saying, so as soon as we were done with the marathon, came home at 3 a.m. We were just tired. We just immediately went to bed. And, I don't know what time my mom woke up, but I woke up at 2:55 p.m., which meant I ended up missing school on that day, but hey, I had a feeling I was gonna miss school either way. It was bound to happen. And yeah, my mom took me to an IMAX marathon on a school night. And guess what? It was freaking worth it! But still, I wanted to make this video on May 4th, but I was just so tired and exhausted, because we were up for the past 24 hours. We needed to sleep in, alright? We came home from a 6-hour marathon. Also, it was Star Wars Day, and I sadly missed the chance to go see Return of the Jedi in theaters. Hey, at least I got to watch on Disney Plus, though. But I didn't get to do much Star Wars stuff on that day, but hey, maybe next year. But hey, it was all worth it, because come on, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. And I tried to do it on Friday, since I kind of failed to do it on Thursday, which would be May 4th, but I was up all night editing that movie vlog. And, yeah, I did not sleep once. I mean, I did took a nap in first period, but I had my work done. And I was surprised that I did not fall asleep throughout the entire day until I had gotten home. I wanted to go see Volume 3 again for the second time in IMAX, and I tried staying awake, but I ended up falling asleep, and I wake up, and it's damn it, it's now 9 o'clock. Too late for me to go to the theater. I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow. So yeah, I went to go see Volume 3 on Saturday, as I failed to do a movie review on Thursday and Friday. I was hoping to maybe do Saturday, but, What the heck was I doing around the weekend, actually? No joke, I actually forgot what I was doing around the weekend, besides going to go see Volume 3 again on Saturday in IMAX. Which, by the way, here's another picture to add to the collection of me standing next to an IMAX poster while wearing a costume or just wearing regular clothes. And actually, I was going to make this review yesterday, but something else that came up, and that would be the Meg 2 trailer. Which, by the way, my trailer reaction is out, so feel free to check it out if you haven't. Okay, that was a pretty long recap, but anyway, so with that being said, yeah, I've been pretty hyped up for Volume 3, and it still blows my mind that I was able to finish working on my Starlord costume that has taken me 3 weeks, by the way. Like, I think I started working on it either the 21st or 22nd of April. Actually, no, Saturday was when I went to go get materials, then I started working on it right away. Actually, no, wait. I basically started working on the mask earlier that week. It was around the same week where Evil Dead Rise was coming out. Like, oh snap, I still gotta do a review on the Evil Dead movies. But still, it basically took me around the week of Evil Dead Rise coming out to May 1st, as that was the day I finished making the costume. And, yeah, I finished it 2 days before the marathon. I got it done on time. But yeah, it basically took me 3 weeks to work on it, and I was surprised to have gotten it done 2 days early, which would be May 1st. I don't know, am I doing my math correctly? Still, I basically finished it 2 days before going to the marathon. I got it done on time, which would be on May 1st. And I went to the marathon on May 3rd, as it was May 3rd, right there, 2023. 1 night only. Speaking about that, I did explain how to make the Starlord costume in my movie vlog, but I kind of cut it out because I didn't want to risk having storage issues, having trouble to upload it to YouTube. But I did say I'd make a separate video about it, and hopefully this Friday I will make a video not only explaining how you can make yourself your own Starlord costume, but also your own Kang the Conqueror costume, as I did not get the chance to do that around the time when Ant-Man 3 was coming out. But yeah, have notifications on for when I have that video up, but still though. So yeah, like I've said, I've been getting super hyped up. I ended up making a costume in the matter of 3 weeks and getting Funko Pops. I got this one for my birthday, by the way. And oh, crap! Oh, poor Adam Warlock. He's got a scratch on his head. I don't know if that's a scratch, but damn, man! Oh, wait, never mind. It was just like a weird looking thing that was on his hair, but I got it off. But like I said, I got this for my birthday, then these other 4 pops around when I was doing that movie vlog, me going to see 3 movies in a matter of 2 days. Which, by the way, go check out that movie vlog if you haven't had the chance. Actually, not only did I got this pop for my birthday, I also got the 3 Lego sets, all 3 Lego sets of Guardians of the Galaxy in prep of the movie. And I had so much fun building the Bogey ship, which happens to be their new Guardian ship in the movie. But yeah, basically, I was pretty much getting more hyped up than I was when I was getting hyped up for Volume 2, as back in 2017, I was collecting Dairy Queen Blizzard cups of each Guardians character for Volume 2. And pray to God that I still have those cups somewhere. I'm hoping it's somewhere in my closet, but I don't know where the flip they are. And I'm hoping to find them somewhere. Like, my closet's a freaking mess. I gotta put some of that stuff in the storage unit. And I know that Volume 1 and 2 have that IMAX format on Disney+, but experiencing it in the theater is just much more better than watching it at home. Unless you're a rich person that's got their own theater room where you could just watch anything in a big screen. I don't know, do rich people have big theater rooms? Not home, kidding. Of course they do. And I never had the chance to see Volume 1 in theaters until as of last week, which was a lot of fun. But it was also fun seeing Volume 2 again in theaters, only this time in IMAX. But now having to see Volume 3 just 2 days before its release, as I would have saw this on May 4th, but I ended up seeing it just way too early, as I went to go to a marathon. Like, now having to see Volume 3 twice as of right now, this is easily a top-tier MCU movie. It has been like, what, how many days? 5? No, wait, Friday. No, not Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No, it's been 3 days. It's been 3 days since I went to go see Volume 3 again in IMAX, as I went to go see it. My first viewing was in the marathon, then I went to go see it again in IMAX on a Saturday. I was hoping to go on a Friday, but I was asleep that day. But it's just been 3 days, and I've not stopped thinking about Volume 3, and I'm just, like, counting down the days of wanting to go see it again this Friday. But in standard, because come on, IMAX tickets are very expensive. But seriously though, I have not stopped thinking about this movie because, oh my god, this is easily the best movie in the trilogy. In fact, I think the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy is probably one of the best MCU trilogies on the top or third. I don't know. Of course there's the Captain America trilogy, yes, that's a banger trilogy. Then there's the Iron Man trilogy, which, okay, that's a bit tricky to explain how good and not bad it is. I don't know. But there's also the Spider-Man trilogy, which, do I even need to explain? I sure not everyone's a fan of Far From Home, but I enjoyed all 3 Spider-Man movies, especially No Way Home. But seriously though, it's official. We now officially have the best MCU trilogy of all the trilogies we have gotten, except for the Avengers and Thor trilogy. Those are no longer trilogies as they now have fourth movies. In fact, Avengers is about to get 5 and 6 in 2025 to 2026. And I just realized that the Captain America movies is no longer going to be a trilogy once New World Order comes out in about 1 year from now. But in case you have not seen my Ant-Man 3 review, I mentioned some of my criticisms with the movie, and that would be that it doesn't conclude the Ant-Man trilogy, as it's just mainly a setup for pretty much the Kang Dynasty. So yeah, that was like one of my problems with Ant-Man 3, but for Guardians 3, I knew that I would like this a lot more than Quantumania, but oh my god, my expectations were just surpassed, I guess. They were surpassed. And I already knew that I was expecting to like Guardians 3 a lot more than Ant-Man 3, but oh my god, this movie does a much better job than what Ant-Man 3 failed to do. Volume 3 concludes the trilogy in every way possible. And like I said, this is easily one of the MCU's best trilogies, but besides that, this is honestly a fantastic sci-fi trilogy. And I know the Guardians are like sort of superheroes, but it doesn't. Would it be weird to say that the Guardians movies don't feel like superhero movies and that they're just mainly just sci-fi movies? Well, I guess both sci-fi and superhero. I don't know. I'm like back and forth about it. But it is crazy to know that Disney had fired James Gunn because of tweets they made back in like, what, 2009? And before seeing Volume 3, I feared that they could have probably pulled off making Volume 3 if they ended up getting a different director, but I'm gonna say this right off the bat. I am so freaking glad that James Gunn directed Volume 3, because no one else would have pulled this off than James Gunn himself. Because he truly loves these characters. Plus, it wouldn't even matter if they tried to make Volume 3 with the cast, because the cast would have refused. And honestly, I'm just so glad that James Gunn was the one to direct all Guardians of the Galaxy movies, including the holiday special, which I sadly only have one Funko Pop of that, as I still need to get the rest of the Pops. Same goes for the Guardians of the Galaxy Pops. But also, this happens to be James Gunn's last Marvel project before heading over to pretty much take over DC, as he is the Kevin Feige of DC Studios. Okay, I gotta seriously stop calling him the Kevin Feige of DC Studios. It's starting to bug me, but I can't freaking help it. But man, James Gunn went out with a freaking bang with this movie. Okay, enough me praising Volume 3. What are my positives for the movie? Where the hell do I begin? So, in case I have not mentioned in my Volume 1 and 2 review, James Gunn has mentioned something about Rocket Raccoon being the secret protagonist of the Guardians trilogy, and having to see Volume 3, which is mainly focused on him as we get to see his tragic backstory in this movie. Like, I see how he's the secret protagonist of the trilogy. He's the heart and soul of Volume 3. The entire movie is focused on Rocket, as something happens with Rocket. I won't give any away spoilers. Then again, most of you have already seen the movie, but I'm still gonna not give away spoilers, even though the movie's already out. Something happens with Rocket in the movie, and the Guardians try to do everything in their power to save him, so they gotta pretty much go find answers about his past. And speaking about his past, oh my god. So, you know when James Gunn had said that Rocket was the saddest creature in the universe? He was not freaking joking. His backstory was so freaking heartbreaking for me. Like, it was honestly hard for me to watch on some of the flashbacks. Well, specific flashback moments. And you know when everyone was suggesting to bring tissues? Bring them damn tissues. You're gonna need them. I mean, I sort of used them, mainly to blow up my nose. But, I didn't end up using them to wipe out tears from my eye sockets, because, oh my god, I was crying in this movie. Now, I wasn't crying as bad as what Infinity War did to me, but still, I was crying! Like, it was hard for me to watch some specific flashback moments. Especially around, like, the last flashback that we get, which... oh my god. He really is the saddest creature in the universe. Actually, another thing about it, I should probably bring this up. So, 3C Films had brought up something in his review, as there's like animal cruelty going on, as a high evolutionary is basically experimenting on animals. And in his review, he said something about this movie triggering pet lovers, and now having just seen it, no, there's some disturbing imagery in here. He was not joking. Now, hey, I love cats and dogs, but sadly, I guess I'm not much of a animal lover, as I do not have a pet with me. I say Batman and Vader would count, but those are technically my dad's dogs. But I can understand how not only pet lovers will have trouble watching this movie, but also family members, as they're probably not going to want to take their kids to see this, because if they love animals or pets, it's going to emotionally traumatize them, scar them for life. And thinking about it, it may not be a good idea to take my siblings to go see this movie, especially my little sister, because she's dying to have a puppy. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I could definitely understand animal lovers and pet lovers, both animal and pet lovers will have trouble trying to watch this movie because it may trigger them. And especially for family members, as they, yeah, I could understand why they wouldn't want to take their kids to see this. As Sean Chandler didn't want to take his kids to see this, as there's disturbing imagery and a lot of animal cruelty. But with all of that aside, yeah, Rocket Raccoon is the heart and soul of this movie. And honestly, I may agree with everyone. He's definitely one of the best MCU characters that James Gunn has ever written. But not only does Rocket Raccoon have an awesome character arc in this movie, all the Guardians have awesome character arcs in this movie. And even though I wanted to have more scenes with Kraglin and Cosmo in this movie, they get their moment to shine. Like, literally, every single member of them get their moment to shine. Each and every single Guardians member have their character arc complete. Especially with Drax, who, yeah, I guess I would be one of those people that didn't like he was comedic, as I wanted him to be more serious, but I didn't mind he was funny. Especially in Volume 2, or in Infinity War. But no, he has an awesome character arc in this movie. Same goes for Nebula, as we start her off as a villain in Volume 1, then she joined the Guardians in Volume 2, and in number 3, she's a Guardian! Like, seriously though, she's had some awesome character development throughout the entire MCU. And as for Mantis, she honestly has some badass scenes in this movie because she shows off some combat that I don't recall ever seeing her do in the past MCU movies, especially in Volume 2. I mean, I know she's got those powers that when she touches someone, she could feel their emotions, but like, she showed off some combat where she just kicked ass. As for Star-Lord, he also kicks ass in this movie, as always, but Chris Pratt does give an awesome performance as Star-Lord during some emotional scenes. Hi, future me from after recording my review. I don't know when I'm going to add this clip. I'll probably add it whenever I mention something about emotion. I forgot to mention that. But, actually, I don't know when I'll add this clip. Hopefully I don't forget. But something I forgot to mention in my review for Volume 3. This is surprisingly one of the most darkest MCU movies. I know I've said that Black Widow and Multiverse of Madness were dark, but now Volume 3 is dark. Because like I said earlier, it's got some disturbing imagery going on, especially with animal cruelty, but, like, holy shit, this was surprisingly dark. But it's also an emotional movie because, yeah, you're on the suspense, because actually, throughout this entire movie, I seriously thought one of these Guardian members were gonna die. Like, the suspense was so good in this movie, because obviously we all were expecting one of these Guardians were gonna get axed off, and just like the suspense is there, as you're worried for the Guardians. I was so worried for one of these single members dying, especially around the opening sequence, because oh my god, I seriously thought a specific Guardians member was gonna die. And around the opening sequence, but also later in the, like, just the suspense is so well made in this movie. But no, it is definitely both dark, but an emotional movie at the same time. But he also does have an awesome character arc in this movie, because by the end of the movie, let's just say I'm just shocked to have seen what happened, and I'm like, oh wow, never would I have thought I'd be seeing this. Holy crap, this is, wow, I feel speechless. Probably that didn't give too much away. Then again, I didn't explain what happened with Star-Lord. As for Groot, no, yeah, he just kicked ass in this movie. Honestly, I could just try to go on to explain how each of their character arcs were just complete in this movie, because, like, everyone just get their time to shine. But as for the villain of the movie, oh, I expected to like him a lot more than Ego than Ronan, even though I do think Ego's an underrated villain, and that Ronan is, yeah, he's a meh villain. Oh, excuse me, that was a burp and hiccup there. But the High Evolutionary, there was something I've been hearing about as soon as the reviews were out on Twitter, and all I got was that you're easily gonna hate this dude a lot, and I'm like, okay, I guess I figured I would somewhat hate this guy's guts. Oh, I want to beat the living out of this guy.
No, alright, I know that sounds bad.
There's a specific scene in the movie that made me go, oh my god, okay, I was already not liking him for just what he's been doing to Rocket and the other animals. And I don't know if I brought this up in my movie vlog, where I basically had said, okay, I know people are saying that you're gonna hate this guy, and as soon as I watch Volume 3, I'm probably gonna hate him so much. And then after I watched Volume 3, I predicted what would happen, because I expected to dislike this dude, but oh my god, I don't recall ever having to hate an MCU character, or I mean, there's probably some characters I've hated their guts for. I can't think of any examples, but for the MCU, I don't recall ever hating an MCU character, but besides, But no, screw that guy. I hate the High Evolutionary's guts. Like, oh my god, he is the most hateable MCU character in the entire MCU. But in a good way, of course. All positive, of course, because the actor does a fantastic job in this movie. Like, props to him, but also props to him making me hate his character's guts. Because, oh my freaking god, I seriously want to beat the living out of this bastard. But that's what makes him so good as a villain. Like, holy shit, man. And yeah, screw it. I could say that High Evolutionary is a top tier MCU villain. But like, holy shit, man. I hate this dude so much. Like, he's seriously unredeemable in this movie. And the soundtrack. Oh my god. I seriously need a mixtape of Volume 3. Or, I mean, I know I can listen to it on my phone, but still though, I would like to have a mixtape to be playing on this thing. I thought the first 2 volumes had awesome soundtrack music, but Volume 3 is probably my most favorite. And I know we've all been complaining about the MCU having terrible CGI and that Marvel Studios is just rushing the VFX workers and all that, but the CGI for this movie, holy shit, it is actually good. Like, I'm not joking, it's just perfect CGI VFX. Like, how the hell did James Gunn get perfect VFX work? But as for the action, yeah, the action is freaking amazing. There's one action sequence in this movie that may top some action sequences or is on the same level for the action sequences from John Wick Chapter 4. But like, seriously though, I easily would watch that on a level like that. It's just pure badass non-stop. And actually, the scene I'm talking about is a one-shot take. And I'm like, I want to know how the hell he filmed that with having to add, like, how did he add CGI into that one-shot take? Like, how the hell did he do that? That one-shot take is easily one of the best action sequences in the entire MCU. But as for my negatives, I actually don't think I got much negatives other than I was honestly concerned if I would be disappointed with Adam Warlock at this movie, as there was barely any footage showing Adam Warlock in the TV spots, and I was like concerned, oh my god, are they gonna do him dirty? I'd say they did him dirty, but I totally understand why he was like this in the movie. Now, I wouldn't say this is a negative, but actually, I wouldn't say that this is also a nitpick. Holy I don't think I got much negatives with this movie. But thoughts on Adam Warlock. I don't know much about Adam Warlock. Apparently, he's super OP in the comics, and that he would, I can't find the right word, but basically he basically would, like, I can't find the right word, but basically would go with Adam Warlock would basically blank in the MCU. That does not sound right. Does that sound right? Good God. But still, basically he's OP in the comics, but in here, no, he is OP in the movie, but has a mind of a baby. Now, this isn't a spoiler. James Gunn and the rest of the cast and crew have confirmed this about Adam Warlock. He's basically like a baby, like Vision from Age of Ultron. His introduction in the movie, I thought was freaking amazing, and yeah, he is pretty OP in this movie, as he immediately had whooped every single of the Guardians' asses in this movie. But even though he's OP, he's basically a child in a man body, as he was released out of his cocoon way too early. But he'll definitely grow more powerful later on in the MCU, which, by the way, when are we going to get an Adam Warlock movie? Because I would love to see an Adam Warlock movie. But holy shit, man, like, I cannot believe what I witnessed from this movie. This movie was just freaking amazing. I prefer this over Quantumania. Alright, like, it's just 10 times better than Quantumania. I think we could all agree about that. When Volume 1 came out in theaters, I didn't think I'd end up liking it, but I ended up loving it, even though I did not saw that in theaters until I went to the marathon. But still, I was just surprised that I ended up loving Volume 1, and as for Volume 2, yeah, that may not be as good as Volume 1, but I have explained my thoughts about Volume 2 in my Volume 2 review. But Volume 3 is easily my most favorite in the trilogy, and we seriously have an awesome trilogy. Sure, Volume 2 may be a little flawed and not as good as the first one, but Volume 3 tops the first 2 volumes, alright? It is easily the best Guardians movie in the trilogy. And as I probably have mentioned in my Volume 1 review, the Guardians movies are easily the best movies and best MCU movies in the MCU. And yeah, the Guardians movies are seriously the best MCU movies we've gotten in the MCU. But seriously, dude, I freaking love this movie so much. I cannot wait to go see it again for the 3rd time this Friday. Hopefully, cross fingers. But if I had to give it a rating, it's so gonna be a 10 out of 10. This movie concludes the trilogy in every way possible. Like, oh man, it's just a perfect ending to the trilogy. Like, James Gunn went out with a bang with this movie, and oh my god, There's one thing I forgot to mention. Back then, as I was a kid, I was happy that we didn't have any F-bombs in the MCU, as I consider that perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But now that I'm older and can basically watch R-rated movies whenever I want, yeah, I could forget what I said earlier as a kid. Then again, I was a kid, which would have meant like back then I was glad that everything was PG-13 for the MCU, because if we had gotten an R-rated MCU movie, that would have meant I can't see it because it's a rated R. But totally understandable. But the MCU had just made history with this movie, because I figured that we'd have our first F-bomb around Deadpool 3, but this was a huge shocker to me, especially when I watched the clip on YouTube where Star-Lord had dropped the F-bomb.
Now what? Open the door.
Well, it was censored on YouTube, but once you check out the movie, I'm gonna tell you, it's like, here's my quick review for Star-Lord's F-bomb in the MCU. It's a 10 out of 10, as it was just satisfying to hear an F, like, oh my god. Seriously though, the MCU had just made history, as Volume 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, became the first MCU project to finally have an F-bomb uncensored after 15 years of so many F-bomb drops that were being censored. But this F-bomb drop, oh, it is uncensored, baby. And I'm so glad Marvel let James Gunn drop an F-bomb in this movie. Like, come on, it's his last project in the MCU, as he's going to be working on DC. Let him do whatever the flip he wants with this movie. And I'm so glad they let him get away with that, man. Like, they let James Gunn do whatever he wants with this movie, and I'm just so freaking glad. But hearing the F-bomb drop, never thought I'd be excited about it, but yeah, we're heading down the road for some R-rated MCU content. Starting with Deadpool 3, as that is going to be set in the MCU, and will be the first R-rated movie. Unless Blade ends up being the first R-rated movie. I know everyone is hoping for the movie to be rated R, and I'm like having doubt. It's probably going to be PG-13. They may feature an F-bomb now that, now that Star-Lord has dropped an F-bomb. At this point, any MCU project that we're going to be getting in the next couple of years will now drop an F-bomb. We won't know where, we won't know when, but one of these MCU characters is now going to drop an F-bomb, thanks to Star-Lord being the first character to be dropping an F-bomb. But I honestly hope that Blade becomes rated R, not gonna lie. But seriously though, I'm so glad James Gunn directed Volume 3. No one else would have pulled this off other than him, and just, I freaking love this movie so much. It is easily on my top 5 MCU list. And if you want to see my ranking, be sure to follow me on Letterboxd, which I'll be sure to put a link in the description below. But with that being said, I guess those are just my thoughts with Volume 3. Like, oh man, this is not only on my top 5 ranking list, but this is easily going on my top 10 best movies of 2023. I would have put this over John Wick 4, as I have that as my number 1 right now, but I don't know. I still have not stopped thinking about John Wick 4, as I was surprised how much I ended up loving that movie. I mean, I dug the John Wick movies, but Chapter 4 was like on a whole other level that I'm just like, wow, this movie was just freaking awesome. But no, yeah, it's definitely going to be on my top 10 list. Unless something else tops not only Guardians 3, but also John Wick 4. And I wonder what that could be. I don't know. Because it couldn't possibly be having to be an anime movie that still happens to be coming out in almost a month. What's up, Danger? What's up, Danger? Okay, this is definitely going to be a long-ass video to edit, so I may possibly stay up late editing this, which is not going to be fun, because it's just, oh god, oh, can I please just get some sleep? I hate staying up late. I know I like to stay up late as I'm a night owl, but actually though, I would like to get some sleep. But be sure to stay tuned for my spoiler review for not only Volume 3, but also Ant-Man 3, because I would like to talk about some thoughts on that, especially with how the Jonathan Majors situation is going. Oh god, why? But as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Hi, top of the morning. Don't mind the fan, it is freaking hot in here. I recorded that review about around Tuesday. Today's May 12th, where I was hoping to see Volume 3 today. Sadly, I have... Oh, sorry, my little brother's playing Fortnite. I'm having him help me out on getting battle stars because, like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Nice, great job. I'm having him helping me out get battle stars so I have the battle pass completed, because I'm not going to make it on time because the season ends on the day that Spider-Verse comes out. But still, with that being said, I will try to see it sometime this week, hopefully, but I will have a spoiler review out, hopefully, as soon as possible, whether it be this week or the next week. But, no, yeah, I'm definitely going to be covering a spoiler review for Quantumania, but But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this review, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.